Right, here we got our next project, which is an F75. Gonna cut the back of the cab off just there, and as you've seen with my pickup, it will look a lot like that, but actually no, the cab will end up a lot like the campers, where it's been welded in at the top and the bottom and all that jazz, and we'll extend the chassis, and then from there we'll put a flatbed on it, and that'll probably be as far as it goes, but don't know yet. It is a bit of a project, so we'll see what happens. Right, roof's off. We've got the carpet out, got the back seats out. Truck is, like we already knew, pretty rotten down there, around here, pretty bad. So this is the ideal thing for this truck. We'll be cutting the cab somewhere there. I'll try it if I remember. I'll make sure I record what we're doing. Yeah, so the next stage is we'll be cutting the back off, which hopefully we'll get a video of. Yeah, this is how you make a single cab pickup conversion on a leaf spring. I mean, it would also work on an independent. The chassis is exactly the same between the leafers and the independent, so it makes no real difference. You'll see, hopefully, on the camper videos where the box does follow there. It is exactly the same sort of setup. Showing you how this cab's done though. You can see the line. Well, yeah, you can see the line there. You just cut behind where that gutter is there. To follow to make the back of the cab, what you do first is there's some 50mm box. You can see it just there. What you do is you have to cut this back gently and get this box section so it fits in there all the way down, so it's welded onto this inner piece. What you do is you have to cut this back as well, so that's level. I'm just trying to remember how I did that, but that's... I'm pretty sure you just keep cutting that until it sits flush with it. Yeah, you make this box section so it goes in as far as it can into the body, into the B-post, yeah. And what that will do, as you can see, it makes this sit pretty much flat. We will need to grind that off a little bit, but that's, again, not a problem. You make that fit back to there, then this, you have to very gently bend that around there, so it, as you can see, if it would focus. There we go, so it will follow that contour, make a nice pickup shape. And obviously the box section along there, do the exact same on the other side. Then here, you just make this weld in here, so it is, if I can get the camera around far enough, so it's flush with here, or as close as you can to flush. It's not perfect, but it's enough where when we run the two separate panels, it will weld along there. Down here, of course, like all Fourtraks, the floor's rotten. But what this does enable you to do by welding the box is you can just weld just a flat piece into here, weld it straight up to the box section along there and make a nice job of it. And this bottom piece of box as well also enables you to do the body mounts, which these are the rearmost body mounts. We've just welded some 50mm box into here, put the body mount in there, and yeah, it's quite a simple old job really. There ain't really much more to show you to make a cab, make this cab into a single cab pickup. It is literally just a panel that goes into all around here, and you have to join it along this box section, and then just follow it somewhere down here. This will work out at some point. On my previous vehicles, I welded it right out to here, so it hid all the mess underneath. But we are going to try and weld it somewhere in the middle. I'll hopefully show you how I did that later on. But yeah, it's like you can see now, it's a pretty simple setup. So simply put, you just run the 50mm box in there, and over there as far in as they'll go, and then that makes it straight, well, as parallel as you need it, as level, whatever the right word is. You fold the panels round, weld it up, job's a good one really. Yeah. There is one more thing I did want to say, is obviously this was, well, you saw the video, it was a long wheelbase pickup. Sorry, not pickup, long wheelbase estate. Never done it on a short wheelbase, mainly because the wheel arch comes right out to here and it comes right up to the door, and I do not know how you're meant to do a good job of that. I've seen people do it and I don't like the way it looks. This, when you stand back and you compare it to my other pickup, which I should have a picture now, you can see that the panels, the bodies aren't that different. They are obviously different, but it does look, okay, not close, but it does look good. Yeah, it doesn't look like a factory job, but it does look like a very tidy job. That's what I'm looking for, a tidy job. Yeah, hopefully, I've done this several times now. This seems to be the best method of. This seems to be the best method of making a pickup cab. So far, as you can see from the previous photos that I'll show up here, this is a hell of a lot better than what the truck was, because the back end was rotten. It wasn't really worth saving the back end. It would have been more work than it was worth to, you know, cut that rot out and weld it up. That's why we decided to do this to it. Yeah, but the next job will be putting literally just 2 flat panels in the back, those 2 panels in the floor, and then that's the general cab. Oh, and the sills as well. Pretty sure we'll be putting box section in, as that seems like the simplest option for this vehicle. If it was the newer modern style one like my other trucks, I would use exhaust pipe and squash it down and weld it in. It looks a lot more like the factory shape. But for this, because the sills are more of a half moon shape, no, not quite half moon, more of a semicircle, whatever shape they are anyway, the square does more or less follow the shape anyway. So we will be using, pretty sure we'll be using box section in there. We've got other things, but hopefully we will bring you along to see what we do. We're going to have to get a new front driver's wing, as it is rotted out. I have a spare one at the field, so that's all good. But we'll be painting it and getting it as close as we can to what the cab looks like, so you won't be able to tell as bad. Well, I mean, it's going to be better than a completely rotted out wing that's on it right now. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe and do all that stuff that everyone tells you to do. I hope you enjoyed watching whatever this I just did.